afternoon. Welcome to Asking ECE. I'm Karen.
Hi EarlyON families, I'm Diane.
And we'd like to welcome our special guest today, Lesley Cook-Kay. She's a local resource consultant with Niagara Support Services.
She's here today to share with us her role and have a discussion regarding child development and resources available for families. So Lesley, can you tell us more about your role as a resource consultant for the EarlyON Center?
I sure can. My role as a resource consultant is to support children and their families who may have some questions or concerns regarding their child's development and learning. I like to help the family determine what each child knows and needs to learn next and create a plan to help them encourage learning. With some families, I even assist the child as they're transitioning to kindergarten. But before COVID, it was much easier. I would visit the EarlyON sites and chat with families who were attending. Some families had questions or concerns about their child's development, sometimes speech or play or toilet training, or even going to school concerns. But now that we're restricted and following COVID guidelines, it's harder to connect and ask those questions of your EarlyON R-ECEs or myself. Your EarlyON R-ECEs are an incredible wealth of knowledge. But I will encourage you to connect with me via email as well. My message to you is to follow your instinct. As a parent, you know your child best. If you feel you have concerns or questions, please ask. In parenting or caregiving, there is no silly questions.
And what are the areas of child development?
That's a really big question. The areas of child development can be broken down into physical, which is gross motor and fine motor, cognitive, which includes listening and visual memory, language and communication, which can be broken down into how a child receives information and also expresses and shares, and also social and emotional. Sometimes, I'm going to give a couple of examples. Sometimes a child struggles with social skills, and it's not because they don't want to be social, it's because they don't have the right language in order to be social. Or another example is sometimes if a child's really busy learning physical skills, climbing and jumping, and then that's when their language plateaus.
Do all children develop at the same timeline?
You know, I'm presented with this question a lot, and no, they don't. However, no two children develop exactly the same piece and meet milestones at the same time. In the developmental guidelines, it shows a progression. We call this a continuum of development because it just describes how the developmental milestones for infants and toddlers and preschoolers and school agers should be. Sometimes there's an overlap in their ages or in their ranges and reflecting in the sequence, and that's okay because they all develop over a broad range of time. Knowing your what your child needs to learn is most important.
So what can parents do if they want to learn more about child development? What are some online resources that parents can review regarding typical child development?
The internet's loaded with lots of information, but I really caution you to be careful. It can be so overwhelming. Today I wanted to share a couple of resources that I think are really great. To talk about development and learn what your child can do, the Look-See checklist is a great opportunity for parents to see what their child should be achieving. It's loaded with good ideas and allows you to see what your child should be doing. The other one I was wanting to share is through the Niagara Children's Center. On their website, through the preschool speech and language part, they offer speech development broken down into stages as well, which is really great because you just pick the stage your child's at and you know what they should be achieving. If you're still really concerned, you can always make a referral for a speech screen.
That's great. So we know that this is a very challenging time for everyone, and parents may be at home wondering about their child's development. If they want to find out more information, how can they contact you?
I am always available through my email. I think we're gonna post it in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's kind of lengthy, so please feel free to email me. I will get back to you with and find a time that we can connect and I can help you sort out what your thoughts are around your child's development.
Well, thank you for joining us, Lesley. We really appreciate you coming here and answering some questions. And Lesley's going to be joining us again in the future, so we look forward to that. And if anyone has any questions from today's session, you're welcome to email us at EarlyON@ncdsb.com. And we'll see you again at another Ask an ECE. Bye.